Let's be real. Getting dismissed from your job is a total gut punch. One minute, everything's normal. The next, your whole world is spinning. But what you've got to understand is that the choices you make in the next 72 hours, they are absolutely the most critical decisions you're going to make in this entire process. Right now, you're probably just trying to breathe, right? You're in pure survival mode. But this explainer is all about taking that raw panic and turning it into a smart, strategic plan. We're going to help you shift from feeling like a victim to putting yourself right back in the driver's seat. And this is our roadmap, this 72-hour clock. Think of this as your crucial window of opportunity. We're going to walk through this timeline together, step by step, to build out your entire strategy. Our map breaks down into 5 key moves. First, an immediate digital lockdown. Then, we create what's called a memory dump. After that, we'll show you how to sidestep the exit interview trap, make sense of the paper trail paradox, and finally, execute a silent consult. Let's get into it. Okay, step 1. This starts the second you walk out that door. And your very first instinct to grab your phone, to vent to a friend, to just get your story out there, that is the single biggest mistake you can possibly make. I mean, just look at the difference here. Your gut is screaming to text a colleague, "I can't believe they fired me over that one tiny thing." But your strategy? It has to be complete digital silence. And why is that so important? Because every single one of those texts, those angry emails, those social media posts, they can and probably will be subpoenaed by the company's lawyers to completely tear your case apart. All right, so you've managed to keep your thumbs off your phone. Awesome. Now we get to switch from playing defense to playing offense. It's time to create what we call a memory dump. You're fighting against 2 really powerful enemies here: your own fading memory and the fact that your digital access to company systems is being wiped clean as we speak. So what the heck is a memory dump? It's exactly what it sounds like: a secure, private, and super detailed written record of everything that just happened. And here's the critical part. It has to be on a personal device, a notebook, a Google Doc on your personal account, because believe me, your work accounts are literally vanishing in real time. The process itself is actually pretty simple. First, get that private document ready to go. Second, write down every single detail you can remember from the dismissal meeting, in order. Third, go back a few weeks. Think about any weird conversations, any meetings you were suddenly left out of. And fourth, if you still have access to any work chats on your phone, start screenshotting everything. Now. That's what we call digital oxygen. And when you're writing this all down, you have got to get specific. I'm talking super specific. What were the exact words they used? Your role is being eliminated is a world away from "we're letting you go for performance reasons." Who was in the room? What was their body language like? Write down dates, names of colleagues who saw anything. This is the stuff that will keep your case alive later on. Okay, let's move into the next 48 hours. You're almost certainly going to get an email or a call inviting you to an exit interview. It sounds harmless, maybe even helpful. It's not. You need to understand its real purpose. Let me be crystal clear about this. This meeting has nothing to do with helping you or getting feedback. It is a fishing expedition for the company's legal team. Walking into that room is like walking into a deposition without a lawyer. So your goal is simple: be polite, be professional, and give them absolutely nothing. So, when they hit you with that classic, loaded question, "So why do you think this happened?" you do not guess. You don't get emotional. You just use this script. It brilliantly flips the question right back on them and forces them to put their cards on the table first. Now, what if they pivot and start asking about your performance? You deflect again. This response is perfect because it buys you precious time and, even more importantly, it pressures them to put their official story in writing. You never ever want to respond to accusations you haven't seen on paper. And this last one, this is your defense against being cornered. If they start dangling a quick settlement, you stay cool. This script signals that you're open to a conversation, but you will not be rushed or pressured. You just held on to all your power. All right, we're closing in on that 72-hour mark, and pretty soon the official severance agreement is going to land in your inbox. This piece of paper is a paradox. It looks like a financial lifeline, but more often than not, it's a legal muzzle. It is so important that you understand the difference between these two things. On the left, you've got your legal entitlements. That's your vacation pay, your final wages. That money is yours by law. You don't have to sign a thing to get it. On the right, that's the severance pay. That's the extra cash they're offering you in exchange for signing away your right to sue them for anything. It's the price of your silence. Which brings us to our final, and maybe the most crucial step in this whole 72-hour window. The company has HR people and a team of lawyers on their side. You have, well, you. It's time to fix that information imbalance. We call this a silent consult. And no, this is not about frantically calling the first lawyer you find on Google and spilling your guts. This is a strategic mission to gather intelligence. You're not just hiring help, you're becoming an educated consumer of legal services. And here's the game plan. It's methodical. You're going to call 2, maybe 3 different employment lawyers. A lot of them offer a free initial chat, so use it. You give them just the bare facts, no long story, and you ask every single one of them the exact same set of questions. Then you hang up and compare their answers. And these are your questions. This is your ammo. Based on what I've told you, do you think I have a case? What's your gut reaction to this severance offer? How do your fees work? And what kind of timeline are we looking at here? See what's happening. The tables have turned. Now you're the one in control, interviewing them. And just like that, you did it. You've made it through the first 72 hours. Think about it. You went from total shock to a position of strategic control. You've locked down your comms, saved your evidence, sidestepped their traps, understood their offer, and gathered your own legal intelligence. You are no longer reacting. You are ready. So the only question left is, what's your next move?